It's in. It's done. Jeremy Dewitte has pled guilty in his federal tax fraud case that's taking place in the United States District Court, Middle District of Florida, Orlando Division. Thanks for watching the Jeremy Dewitte Show. Right here, we're going to go over it. According to this first page here, it says sentencing will be set by a separate notice. Maybe that'll take place today, or maybe they'll take place at a later date. It says case was called, appearances were made, the procedural setting by the court was made, the defendant was placed under oath. Court inquired of the defendant. There were no issues as to his competency. That I find unbelievable. The defendant consents to have the magistrate judge take his plea. The court advised Jeremy Dewitte of his rights and reviews the notice of maximum penalty, which I did in my last video, which was 6 years in prison. They reviewed the elements of the offense and the personalization elements and factual basis as stated on the record. Jeremy Dewitte acknowledged that the factual basis is true, and he entered his plea of guilty to 2 counts of making false statements on under penalty of perjury on his tax returns, underreporting his income. The court received his guilty plea, and they will enter a report and recommendation, which we'll go over here in a second. And it says the sentencing will be set by a separate notice. Jeremy Dewitte will remain in custody pending the sentencing. They issued this notice regarding an entry of his plea of guilty, and basically talks about if he does enter his plea of guilty, the judge will order a pre-sentence investigation and report, which we'll go over here in a second. And then if the district judge adopts the recommendation that the plea of guilty will be accepted, the district judge will schedule a sentencing hearing at which the district judge will decide whether to accept the plea agreement and then determine and impose his sentence. And that's when he'll finally be convicted. Because as we all know, you're not actually convicted until the judge makes a judgment and a sentencing, and then you get your conviction. It's not after a plea or a finding of guilty. So that's all on this. Let's see the next document. This is Jeremy Dewitte's consent to institute a pre-sentence investigation to disclose the report before conviction or plea of guilty. Now, what that report and recommendation concerning his plea of guilty is, I guess they're going to investigate him more or something. It says here, Jeremy Dewitte, by consent, has entered a plea of guilty to counts 1 and 2 of his indictment, and after a cautioning and examining Jeremy Dewitte under oath concerning each of the subjects mentioned in Rule 11, the judge determined that the defendant entered the plea of guilty knowingly and voluntarily, and that there is a factual basis for his plea. The judge recommends that the plea of guilty be accepted. The defendant is now in custody of the U.S. Marshals pending sentencing. And now they just issued this document on the federal court website, so I'm bringing this to you live. It says there's notice of no objection to the report and recommendation. So it appears that the judge, the prosecutor, and the defendant and his attorney have all agreed on the plea, and it looks like his sentencing, which could be the maximum sentence of 6 years in prison, plus restitution and fines, plus 1 year probation, plus a $100 special assessment. That's his maximum, but with his plea, he'll probably get the 1 year supervised release. He'll get the $100 special assessment. He'll get fines and restitution of up to almost $100,000, I would assume. And then regarding his prison time, that's what we're going to find out here when they do his sentencing. Now, all of this is going to be covered by Shane over on his channel. Link is down in the description. He was there at the federal courthouse, so he saw and heard. And I heard he even had a spy pen where he was secretly recording the proceedings. I don't know. I made that up. But in order for you to find out the facts of what he saw and what he did there, you're going to have to tune into his channel. The link is down in the description. I want you to go check out his channel. He's going to be putting out a video detailing his entire morning, plus probably a lot more. And we're going to be detailing the sentencing that happens to Jeremy Dewitte. I assume that he's probably going to get less than 13 months in prison, in jail, probably possibly no jail time. Why would they even give him jail time? Let him go. Let him be free. Let him go work and start paying off his restitution. Is probably what the judge and the federal government's saying. Why would they want to lock this guy up? He's a brave soldier. For who? We don't know. We can't find out. It's classified. But do check out the link in the description to hear a first-hand account of Shane over on his channel, which is called So You Dated a Police Impersonator, which is a jab at Jennifer, you know. And he'll be talking about and giving his account of what happened. And I'll also keep checking in with the court, and once we find out what his sentencing is and how much time or whatever he's going to have to do, we're going to report it right back here on the Jeremy Dewitte Show, which is supposedly on the internet, according to Jeremy. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Comment down below. Let me know what you think he's going to get. A $100 special assessment, a 1-year probation, supervised release, or whatever it's called, fines and restitution, and then how much prison time. I'm especially interested in that $100 special assessment. How's he going to pay that? Thanks for watching, and as always, have yourself a great day. Link is down in the description for Shane's channel. Check it out.